So I've thinned this mint plant now. It was much bushier, but I took out 3 little rooted, good sized starts of mint. Here, where I'm at in New Mexico, is really just fine for growing mint in the ground, which I've lived in a lot of places and mint takes over big time, fast. But here I've seen my friend has mint growing that she planted years ago, and it's only like a 2 foot by 4 foot space that it took up. It did not spread like crazy like I expected it to. So because of that, I'm actually going to plant mint. This mint, I lost the label on this. It's either peppermint or spearmint, and I'm not sure which one. So if you know which one this is, please let me know. I'll have to figure it out. I don't know where the tag went. But I have a pot here that I've been growing so that I can take good care of it and get starts off it like this. And then I'm planting it by my fruit trees because, oh, it's so sad, guys. I'll show you. Hold on. We'll walk out there in just a second. It's so sad. I planted 30 trees and there's only 3 of them left in my orchard, and it is so painful. The gophers and I just call them the ground rodents, the gophers, the moles, the voles, everything that tunnels and eats the roots of your fruit trees have come out. And my cats have done a really good job killing a lot of them, but I mean, there are so many out here, and the property's big. The cats don't wander that far. I mean, they wander pretty much the whole acreage, but they don't really wander like really far. Cats really don't wander super far on the farm. So they've done their best at getting rid of them, but it's still pretty bad. So let's see if we can make this work. I'm gonna take this this start and see if we can save the fruit trees. I want to save the fruit trees, so. I do have some stuff still growing. Oh, get out of here, grasshoppers. Hopefully they'll finish up before it gets too cold. There's so many grasshoppers now. Okay, here we are, the orchard, which is the graveyard of dreams. I have only 3 trees in here that are growing. And you can see that white electric fencing. I brought the sheep between the rows of trees to graze this summer, and all the trees are gone. So someday this will be beautiful, but right now it's just broken dreams. They're all dead from the freaking gophers and moles, and so every time I see their mounds, I stomp them down. But I've got mounds all around. There was a mound there, there's a mound here. I stomped them down because I get really mad. I'm like, no, and I like dig in them and stuff. I don't know if it works or not, but I try to get a different scent in hopes that they'll be like, maybe this is a dangerous spot. But this little peach tree was doing really, really well. It's still hanging on. So my plan is to just die. Vermin. My plan is to plant it right here. This is where that mound was, which is right by my tree roots, which is what they did every single time. So I'm going to dig up a spot here and plant the mint. Because what I read online too was gophers don't like heavily scented things because their main sense is their sense of smell. So my thought is if I can make it an uninhabitable spot, maybe it'll stay away. So that's the goal. Let's plant this. I'm going to be really careful not to damage these roots when I dig right here because I don't want to ruin the tree either. Okay, I started digging. You guys can see that little tunnel right there. Right there. That's their tunnel. Right to my tree. Okay, what I'm going to do is put a little bit of potting soil. I know this isn't ideal, but because that goes in kind of far, I have got long hands. That's about 5 inches at least underneath it. So I'm going to put a little bit of potting soil right up into those roots, because if they are damaging the roots, I want them to have something like the potting soil. They can just kind of help those roots out hopefully really quick. I don't know, I haven't dealt with this issue before, so I'm trying. And my friend who had the mint growing under her trees is where she had that like 2 foot pile, but she didn't have any problems with rodents touching her trees. So I'm gonna run with that and think that might be my solution. So let's see if we can save this beautiful little peach tree. I'm gonna mix some of the natural dirt in there too. I love peaches. I love trees in general, and it's just killing me that every tree that I planted, the ground rodents have come and destroyed. I'm pretty good at taking your dreams and crushing them, and your finances, because it's expensive to buy that many trees. Okay, so I filled in the hole back up, and their tunnel was this way, back towards me, and this way. So I'll just make sure that, oh, there it is. There's the hole. Oh, gross. I hate putting my fingers in here. I don't know if you guys are weird like that, but like, if I know rodents have been in there, I'm just, like, putting my hand in that hole scares the crap out of me. Because, I don't know, anything could bite you. Like, you shouldn't put your hands in holes. But I'm really, I'm so mad. I don't want to lose this peach tree. I'm going to be brave. I'm going to use the shovel, though. I'm actually going to just dig up this tunnel to there and just mess with it, fill it in, and see if that'll do something, and then I'll get that planted. So I'll be back in a second after I've done that. Okay, I don't know if that will be significant or not. I smashed all of those holes and I stuffed them down really tight, and I'm hoping that just the fact that I've messed with it with my bare hands so that my smells are on it, I'm hoping that's enough to keep them just, I don't know. I'm hoping. I'll figure it out at some point how to get rid of them for good. But right now, I just don't want to lose. I don't want to lose the trees. It's so much work to get trees to grow here. But it's so easy for the rodents to kill them. It's just really difficult. Okay, now I have this really nice mint piece that's growing. It's growing really well. And it has good roots. So I'm going to tuck those in really good. Real quick. My neighbor's chickens have just developed enough into roosters, and they always corrupt me when I come out here. But that's okay, I don't really care. It's the perks of living in the country. If the neighbor's roosters crow, that means they don't care if yours crow. Okay, so I got that in. I kind of leaned it against the side. It's going to have a little bit of a shock transition. I'm going to get some of this clay soil on top, because I feel like it kind of can help hold the moisture into. Just a thin layer on top, I think, will, and I'll come with like wood shavings and stuff later, but right now I want this to spread. So there we go. We have the first little mint planted right underneath this peach tree, and I know that planting things, oh gosh, ouch, sorry, I got a thorn in my hand. I know planting things under trees like this close is not good for the tree's development, because it shares the nutrients and it's difficult, but you know what else isn't good? Rodents. So we'll see how this works. If the tree lives but it just grows slower, I'm okay with that. So hopefully this will work. I'm going to do the other 2 trees and keep tabs on them. I'm just going to take you and show you the one that I did already before. Okay, so I had a hunch this would work. Here's this tree, and the mint is right over here. I'm going to climb down here. There's the mint. I put these weed bracket like kind of up like this to help shade it so that it wouldn't get sun scorched. And I dug a trench, which you can't really see. Yeah, you can. I dug a trench and planted another one, and then another one down there, so that all these trees here would be somewhat protected but not overrun. And the mint is doing pretty good because he was pretty little when I put him in here. But I had this hunch that it might work, but I was afraid that it would just take over my whole garden. And this upper garden is a half an acre, and I don't want that to just be mint, you know. So I told my friend my idea, and she said that she had mint growing under her trees. And then I was like, I have to see this. So I went and saw it, and it didn't take over. It wasn't invasive like it is everywhere else that I've lived. So I planted mint in the ground against my better judgment, but because I thought it would work for the land rodents, you know, to not dig tunnels and kill all my trees. So that one's there. This tree I planted late, and they're kind of starting to, the leaves are starting to go, and they have a hard time their first year. They just like freak out, and then they go like dormant really early, and then they try to grow again, and then yeah, they just have a hard time figuring out our season. But yeah, so it's here, and these are growing really well. So hopefully this will work. And there's no tunnels over here. And this is my pretty little grow bed here with my flowers and everything that are wilted. Anyway, in this grow bed though, there was a ton of gophers. So I was worried to plant my trees on the other side of it. So I planted these guys, and I haven't had any gophers over here yet, so cross your fingers it works. But I was just, here, let me show you. Okay, so from here I have these rock beds with my sunflowers. The seeds aren't ripe yet, but I have these pretty grow beds that I'm going to grow wildflowers in. And then I've got this little wood fence, and then I planted my little trees behind it, 4 trees behind it. So I thought, oh, how pretty is this going to be when I come down my driveway, and I've just got wildflowers and sunflowers, and then this fencing here, and then my fruit trees up above. I'm like, oh, that'll look so pretty. So, except for the fact that the gophers have been around. So that's why, let's see, are you guys ripe? Not yet. Still pretty though. Still pretty. So that's why I'm like, I want the trees up here, but the gophers had been in that rock bed. So that's why I planted the mint. And I think it'll work. So wish me luck, friends, and I will keep you updated on how it worked out with the fruit trees.